This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Yes, sir. Like, have you heard about that?
No, what part?
It's Claiborne County, near Vicksburg. The guy name was Otis Bird. He was a 54-year-old black man. He was missing for over 10 days. His family reported him missing. They found his body hanging from a tree about a half mile from his home. And a friend said he dropped him off at a casino about 10-plus days ago. And also, what they're putting out there as well, he did 25 years in prison for killing a woman for $101 in the same county. So he was paroled in 2006. So now the FBI and the local authorities are doing 2 investigations into his possible murder or suicide.
Okay, good. They're saying it's suicide, though.
Well, they haven't said yet. They're looking at either murder or suicide. So they put all the other stuff out there as well. And this came out just several hours ago. They found his body today.
Okay, good. Wow. Is there anything else coming out of there?
That's about it for right now. I mean, you know how they do it with us. As soon as we talk about victim, they want to bring up our past. But they looking at the possibility of being a murder, but the FBI is involved. The state NACP has called for more investigation. So the local authorities and the FBI are both leading separate investigations at this point.
But you've been following that white boy that's the biggest real estate owner in New York?
Yeah, Robert Durst. Yeah, I want to get your point on that. I'm glad you brought him up. What do you think about that?
Well, you can't have that much money and that much power, and then nobody knew nothing about it till now.
Yes, sir.
So I said he double-crossed somebody.
Well, actually, you think that it was right for them to sit on the evidence, the filmmakers? They knew about this for a couple of years. They had to put it.
They do anything they want. Shit, especially rich folks. Anything they want, man.
I also noticed when I talked to you about the double standard. I mean, he has white privilege. He has money. He got away with the Robert Durst guy. He has white privilege. He has money. He has generational wealth, something that black folks can't have with this system. So he has all types of protections. So you feel like that people knew that he killed these people and they just let him get away with it because
that's why they bought him out of the real estate deal. They know and probably saw this coming.
His own family was afraid of him. His brother had a bodyguard. I mean, I saw the documentary on HBO. You know what's crazy about him is he admitted to killing one of his neighbors down in Galveston and cut up his body, and he still got off. He got black folks on death row with just circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, well, you don't even need to say that, man. You sound stupid. Why not? Damn, man, that's like we talking about Hitler and the Nazis, and you tell me about they have Jews there. But no, I mean, that's what this is about, and we tolerate it. That's why shows like yours are so good, and that's why you got to preserve that.
Yes, sir.
They used to doing it, but now they say, wow, man, what about this? What about that?
Yeah,
us growing up, we knew pimps and shit could kill women and get away with it. As long as they wasn't white,
Yes, sir.
Well, that's America.
I also want to ask you about this as well, man, because like Ferguson, the police situation, where now the guy who said they said they killed the 2 cops. Oh, not killed the 2 cops, excuse me, but he injured the 2 cops. He said he didn't do it. He was coerced into giving a false confession from last week. What are your thoughts about the Ferguson situation?
Well, I knew that was a trick. I mean, even what he's saying ain't making sense. Somebody robbed him, and he just shot into the crowd. That don't even make from back there where he was, and you in a car.
And also, what do you think about the fact that they was trying to say it was a protester that did the shot, the authorities?
They was trying to say what?
It was a protester that actually shot the cops.
No.
We know Belmar and McCullough guy, the prosecutor, was trying to put it on a protest.
Yeah, why not? God damn, man. Have you ever lied about some pussy?
Yes, sir.
Well, if a nigga lied about some pussy, what do you think a white boy do to control the whole planet?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And also, I want to ask you this as well, because, you're a very spiritual brother. You talked about how you got your Hollywood Star Walk of Fame right across from a street called Selma. And I just noticed recently in the news that the woman who stabbed Dr. King in 1958, Zola Ware Curry, passed away at 98 on March the 7th, the 50th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. What are your thoughts about her or about that situation? You know, Dr. King said if he had AIDS, would have died.
No, I didn't pay no attention to that. I thought she was crazy, and somebody put something in her food to make her do that, you know.
You'll be like, she's like an MK Ultra, probably, like mind control.
Yeah, all of them, like even the one in front, they've been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think it's interesting. Like, she died on the day of Bloody anniversary. I mean, on the anniversary of Bloody Sunday. That's interesting to me. And she's 98. And it was like that. Yeah, it was a lot. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
When they send them after you, they walk into a crowded room. That's what they did to me in San Diego. 3,000 people in the room, and what triggers them so they won't kill nobody but you? Your fear or your aggression. That triggers them. And they can walk in a room and just don't go off on anybody, you know.
Right. You know, that makes sense because the guy they said who allegedly killed Robert Kennedy, he can't even recall what happened that night unless he was under hypnosis. Third hand. Yeah.
And then they all go to their house and find notes and shit they done left, you know. But,
and I also want to get your take on the Hillary Clinton email situation. Is that really suspect? I mean, Hillary Clinton email situation, like the scandal with her email being private.
I'm not even paying no attention to that, man.
But you know, people have already made her a front runner, and do you have any predictions?
It got nothing to do with that. It got something to do with if she do that, then everybody know the government was in on it. You know, the guy was gay, and the people in the community over there loved him. He didn't need no bodyguards when he walked out. He went out every morning to walk 6 miles.
So who was this? You referred to the guy?
Huh?
Who was the guy you referring to that did this?
The ambassador there.
Okay, I got you.
The one that was killed. And then when they want to send the CIA in, they said stand down. You know.
And this is the Benghazi, right? The Benghazi situation?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't make it clear. Okay.
And that's why that either he saw something go down that he couldn't tolerate no more, and Hillary signed off on it, you know.
Well, Gaddafi was one of ours, right, in terms of CIA asset. Was he one of ours? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why they were able to eliminate him the way they did because he was one of ours anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
We killed him, yeah.
I mean, she even bragged about it, though. She was boasting about it when she was over there before they killed him. That, you know, was that really proper to do it as a diplomat? To boast about killing somebody that's a head of state?
Yeah.
Was it really proper protocol? So I really question that.
Yeah. But you go back to Gaddafi, all that shit go back to the Lockerbie plane wreck. It was eight CIA agents on that plane that the federal judge had ordered back to stand trial. They drug pushing, and all they had to do was make sure the plane never got back. I was lucky, man. I was reading through a paper, and they interviewed one of the agent's mother that lived in Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah.
I did some research into what you told me about it. It was amazing that they did all this to kill the CIA agents because also there was a lot of prominent people on that plane too.
They did what?
They had a lot of other prominent people on that plane as well too that got killed.
Man, the fucking the big ship that's unsinkable.
Titanic.
They set that down. That's the first time I knew they would kill rich white folks if they had to get the world attention. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And they shut that down. And you see what happened was Marconi, who invented the radio, we decided we couldn't have no foreigners inventing something that important. And so when they sank it, what's his name? General
Ferguson or MacArthur?
The guy who ended up owning RCA, Victor, and NBC. What have you ever heard?
General Electric.
No, NBC.
Oh, Bill Gates.
No, man, this is
I'm sorry.
Gates. This is way back there before Gates was even born, man.
Yeah, I was just jumping on. I'm just trying to figure out. I was thinking about Microsoft. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So he's sitting in a hotel room in Manhattan, and his claim to fame was that's how he got the signal, and nobody questioned because the tragedy was so big. Did he actually do it? So that's why both countries own, he owns it for here, and Marcuse owns it for Italy. That's what.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's the game they play, man. But they've been dirty like that forever.
That's right.
I don't think motherfucking white boy killed my Jesus and told a nigga like me to call it a good day, so I called it Good Friday. So what the fuck I'm complaining about?
I also would ask you this because, it's been amazing. I know you got your Hollywood Star Walk of Fame earlier this year, and I was going to get your thoughts about that. Because I saw it online, the live show, but this could be there. I missed out on that. What were your thoughts about finally receiving your star?
I'm not hearing you good. I'm getting static. You said...
Oh, yeah. I was just referring back to your Hollywood Walk of Fame moment earlier this year. And I saw it online, the actual program, but I wasn't there to get the actual feel. And I heard some great things about that those couple of days out in L.A. What are your thoughts about that experience? Finally receiving the star and also the reception you got from the people.
It was good. I mean, it wasn't nothing I would have pushed for, but once it was there, I said, "Wow, man, what an experience," And then listen to people talk. It was the largest crowd in the history,
Oh, wow. So now you get respect all across the board. What do you think it is about people who are fascinated about you? Because the people about different things.
You're talking too fast. I'm not hearing you.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I would say, you got the largest reception in history, arguably. What is it that people like about you, think? What draws people to you?
Man, if Hitler would have been there, a crowd would have showed up. You know what? The word "fan" is a Latin word for fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So evidently, wasn't nobody going out of their mind that I get one. But once you get it, nobody pays no attention to it until it happens, and then then they go. It's like, like winning a Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, stupid can you be? The fucking Nobel Peace Prize is named after a motherfucker that gave the world dynamite. And that shit makes so much royalties even now. He gives millions of dollars away, and it comes from the dynamite that he made. That's like naming a Be Kind to Woman's award after Jack the Ripper,
Yeah, that's a great point. I can't argue with that. I know people were talking about, the honor was well deserved, but what took them so long? Like, you made a great point about the reason why it took so long to get your start.
Yeah, but that's even niggas. All them motherfucking Hollywood stars out there, man. Mm-hmm. Comics and the movie industry, that came from Hugh Hefner. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's the one that brought, you see, the fact that no black comic could work a white, and that wasn't even a law, man.
Yes, sir.
They just nod their head and say, here it is, and it happens, And the Godfather just kicked me. I didn't know that's what I was getting ready to do. I ain't never liked entertainment, don't hang out with entertainers at all, And so when it came through, before I was making $5 a night, man, I made a deal with myself. If I don't bring a woman into the nightclub, I don't leave with her. This is not my hustle. This is my job. Mm-hmm. And every time I go to the club, it's like going to the steel mill. Who do you take to the steel mill? You don't go to the steel mill for no party.
Yes, sir. And I want to ask you about Selma 50. You know, you was there, I was there. I didn't get a chance to connect with you.
About
but it was Selma 50, like the 50th anniversary celebration jubilee in Selma, Alabama.
Never been nothing like it in the history of my life.
Yes, sir.
No, it was fabulous, man. I mean, it was fabulous. And I think once we get on the show, we need to do one part about Selma 50 years ago. What was
yes,
it?
Sir. Yes, sir.
What is like no comparison. It was a festivity. It was jubilant, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because of one thing, fear was missing.
Wow.
And that's what I told them when I was down there. I said, when I was a little boy, in the little crowd I ran with, I was the only one scared of dogs, so I got bit 14 times by dogs.
Wow.
They smell it. People smell when you're scared.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in the house and somebody said, "What's wrong?" Nothing. Come on, what's wrong? You smell it. So dogs smell it and bite your ass, man.
That's fascinating. Wow.
And so so them motherfuckers smelled it, you know. And they wouldn't have fucked with us then had we not been scared, you know. But they didn't understand that people that scared of you but still willing to march on you, you dealing with an animal you ain't never dealt with before.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely agree with that. And also, my thing was I had a chance to interview residents down there. I went to the project. Residents that live in Selma.
Yeah.
And they was talking about the politics and stuff and what's going on right now. It's very fascinating to get their point of view. But also what I noticed, too, is that you got black folks with some means. I saw an RV park with black folks with Winnebago. I mean, six-figure vehicle. They're barbecuing. Like, it was very jubilant. But, you see all types of black folks down there from different socioeconomic backgrounds. It was very interesting. But, one thing that was concerning to a lot of people that I talked to was still the issue of police brutality. How people were being treated in the jail in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a concern that got from the residents, and also the high unemployment rate.
Well, also you got to look at the flip side. The motherfucking mayor of Selma, the white boy Smithson, after all that shit changed, he still stayed mayor for the next 24 years.
It's like with George Wallace, right? He was still governor for a while. George Wallace, even.
Well, see, George Wallace, that was a whole different ballgame.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the mayor of Tuskegee, John Ford, the black guy?
Yes, sir.
Well, in the 60s, he's married to a white woman.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
And that white woman was George Wallace's sister's daughter, okay?
Oh, wow. Okay. So you told me that. I gotta figure out who was George Wallace. Was he more like just an opportunist then? Was he really like a white?
Wallace ran as a liberal and got his ass kicked, and he said, "This will never ever happen to me again." And after he did all that shit, and ran for governor and won again, that was the niggas, man. They put a whisper campaign out there. He said, and once he do, A.D. Gaston.
No, I remember A.D. Yeah,
But he came Secretary of Treasury under Wallace, man.
Yeah, A.D. was very well. He was a multi-millionaire too, right? I mean, A.D. Gaston.
Well, a millionaire ain't no wealth, man. That motherfucker had big money, man.
He was a brother. He lived to be I'm sorry.
Infinite burial insurance. See, burial insurance. Okay. Nobody had ever heard of it before him. And so he went to a white boy and borrowed $1,500. Put him an office together, got all the legal stuff, and it was for a penny. Penny a week. And in the process, two of the brothers he had insured, they got in a knife fight that night and killed each other. So he went back to the white dude and said, "Hey, man, let me tell you, man, what happened to me today." So he said, "I need to borrow about $5,000. And he laid them niggas out, man. New suit, new shoes, new pants, new drawers, new everything. And the word got out all over the country, man. Niggas, here's the picture of these niggas here, and all it cost was a penny. That's how he got into. And that thing took off so big, even white folks started doing it.
Oh, wow, he started that.
But it's big with black folks because if you look at the Baptist hymn book, all of them talk. Those are deaf tunes. You got shoes, I got shoes. All got to. Once we get to heaven, so they're saying this shit is so bad here, we ain't never gonna get it till we get to heaven. So that's that was already in their mindset.
Yes, sir. And also, A.G. Gas, I know you lived over 100 years old, but my understanding that he did a lot of help with the movement, like he helped Dr. King, helped put him out of jail. Is that true? Like he had hotels that Dr. King that he could stay at in Birmingham?
Oh, yeah, man. He put a whole lot of money into it. No, he was something else.
And I also want to verify a story. I don't know if my understanding is towards the end of the Montgomery bus boycott, the city wanted to sell the bus company or whatever. I believe that they wanted to sell
I don't know what's wrong with the phone, man. Either yours or mine, but
okay. Yeah.
Talking real fast, it goes into static. So what were you saying now?
I was saying, like, it's a story that I read about. I just want to verify what about you. They said that A.G. Gaston and another man, S.B. Fuller, approached Dr. King and company towards the end of the Montgomery bus boycott. So they said the city wanted to sell the bus company, and Dr. King refused. So they said they wanted to pull their money together. A.G. Gaston and S.B. Fuller and some other folks.
King wasn't no fucking businessman, man. He was doing what he wanted to do. A great writer. He wasn't no businessman. Shit, when the last time you heard of a fucking football player doing anything else other than football? Which is nothing.
I mean, but towards the end, his last speech, he did come around to about the economic piece.
But he didn't say him.
Right, of course.
Okay? He didn't say he was going to do it. What did Malcolm X do, business-wise? Huh? And when they come out and open up that company, they're going to get that, what was it, millions of dollars from Gaddafi?
Right. Not a Nation of Islam you come out? Were you coming with a nation, with Gaddafi off the Nation of Islam, the $1 billion? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. And the government will let them get it?
Yeah, well, you have to be a fool to buy the product. Gaddafi is a government agent, and you're going to buy some shit from them that them niggas put out? Huh?
That's right.
Everybody died from poison.
And I also want to ask you this, I mean, this was a dear friend of yours as well. Malcolm X, like I realized while I was down in Selma, that he spoke at Brown Chapel on February 4th, 1965.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting this year, which is a very important year as far as the 50th of his death and also the 90th observation, his 90th year of birthday celebration if he had lived. But it's kind of like he's being downplayed in the States versus overseas, like they're having
you sound like what?
Like he's being downplayed here versus like overseas, like Ireland and England and places like that. They got a festival for Malcolm X and stuff like that, and a lot of things have not really been focused on Malcolm here. I mean, CNN did that documentary recently around the anniversary of his death. But it's like Malcolm is not really being received well here in the States by our people still.
Why would they? I mean, that's what the movie was about. I mean, we had all heard that, Malcolm read and all that, the calm blue suits, but we had never seen that. So when we saw that in the movie, it just fucked people's mind up. After that, you didn't see no more symbols of Malcolm X. And then when they showed in the movie where he was getting his hair combed and the water was cut off, and he put his head down in the toilet. You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
Well, in order for you to put your head down in the toilet for the water to get the top of your head, your nose go down first. You were drowned. You know, so that's what that was about. And then right after that, they came out with the FBI movement with the big green X. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's part of that, man.
It's great talking to you because I saw the movie Lucy recently, and the thing about it is people were very mad about the fact that it was a white woman playing the lead of Lucy, but it really wasn't about a white woman. It was about something bigger than that.
It was about what?
Like the movie Lucy wasn't really about no white woman named Lucy. It was bigger than that. I know the controversy.
It was about the brain. The brain has no fucking color.
Right, exactly. That's what I want to get to. And but people was focused on the color issue.
Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? Huh? I mean, that's all they know. You know, that's all they know.
And I also want to ask you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off this.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
And I want to ask you about the, I don't know if did you look at TV a lot, about the Empire show that came out on Fox that everybody's talking about?
Oh, no, I have never seen nothing. I don't look at nothing but the movie, but everybody said it was powerful. Yeah,
but it's just a mixed bag because a lot of people like the stereotypes portrayed of black life in the. Some people think that it replaced the Cosby Show as the American thing of the black family.
What?
The Cosby Show as far as the black family on TV.
Oh man, Cosby Show wasn't nothing but showing white folks how lovely niggas are. They could go to bed happy when the show went off. Huh?
I did look at Empire. They had their season finale last night. It gave them modern ratings, big ratings. And the lead actor, Terrence Howard, who plays the lead, he wanted them to use the word nigger, and people said, no, we can use the word nigger. He said, you know, to him, it seems more natural to include that word in the song. Dealing with hip-hop, dealing with black life. And so for them not to say the word at all in the show seems not authentic. And what's your take on the use of the word nigger in a TV show?
They don't bother me. Let me tell you something, man. And I'm getting out and go to bed. We'll talk about this later. When I was a little boy, and you or your friend was going to the move, and the motherfucker walk up to me and say, "Come on, nigga, we're in a hurry." I said, "Okay, man, let's go." If the motherfucker called me black, the fight was on. Nigga told me to kiss his ass, kiss his black ass. Why? Because when I looked in the mirror, I knew I was black, which I didn't like, but I couldn't see nigger.
Yes, sir.
That's why a nigga never bothered us. I couldn't see it.
Yes, sir.
Motherfucker called me a billionaire. You know, I can't see it. I get mad if you call me a nigger. Because I know I'm not. I don't see it. I look in the mirror every day. I don't see it.
Yes, sir.
You know. And this shit is so deep, and you just can't come through this motherfucking life one time and figure this shit out, because it ain't about to be figured out. You have to go deep into this shit with us, and ain't nobody doing it, because don't nobody know it's needed.
Yes, sir.
You know, the motherfuckers sit around and talk about the nigger thing, but don't nobody talk about the yellow thing. How many yellow women was in the show? I never seen this, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, they also deal with colorism. They got light-skinned women versus dark-skinned women. They're dealing with, like, homophobia and misogyny. They're dealing with everything. So that's what Terrence Howard was saying. He's saying that we're dealing with homophobia, we're dealing with misogyny, we're dealing with colorism, light-skinned versus dark-skinned. Why not include the word nigger?
Did he write it?
He didn't write it. Lee Daniels.
It ain't got nothing to do with it. The writer determines what's going to be in it.
Yes, sir.
If you
the writer said he won't put it in there. He's not down with that. You know, Lee Daniels. I know you know who Lee Daniels is. Like, people are kind of critical of him because of how he portrays the black community and what he thinks about black people, or what he said from his mouth. So a lot of people are not buying his show. A lot of black folks are offended, but there's a lot of black folks that love the show. A lot of white folks look at the show, actually. There's a lot of white people that look at that show. It kind of reminds me of Amos and Andy, what Jesse Jackson said. It wasn't that Amos and Andy was bad. It was that it was the only black show on TV. And we know it's different now.
Well, that's why people was looking at it. Shit. Nothing else to do. But remember, when it first came on, it wasn't nothing but white folks.
That's true.
Did you know that?
I know some white guys invented it and did a radio show. They even did a blackface version of it in the movies.
No, when they did TV, they had to get niggas, man.
No, I know what you saying.
I'm saying when it was on radio, they was all white folks.
Yeah, definitely, right. I know that part. Yes, sir.
But the mindset can change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can get by. You know, back then, you know, that's all niggas ever seen. And they loved it, man. Same thing with Step and Fetch It. And Step and Fetch It made more money than anybody in Hollywood at the time. There wasn't a white movie came out that made more money than Step and Fetch It movies.
Wow. You know what I learned about him is the fact that he was an intellectual. I know he used to write for the Chicago Defender.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very brilliant guy.
Yeah, and he was the #1 pimp in L.A.
I didn't know that.
He had 1,000 white women in the street and couldn't nobody fuck with him. That's how powerful he was, including white cops.
Wow.
Had him 100 Bentleys, okay?
Wow, that's amazing.
And he'd beat a hole down in the street, man, and wouldn't nobody touch him.
Wow. See, I need to put that out there. I got a friend. He's an advocate for Step and Fetch It because he thought that the NAACP was wrong and how they derailed his film career. How they just targeted him, you know, in terms of him being a bad stereotype for black people.
And he said he was mad at them?
Well, no, he was like, my friend, he's a big Step and Fetch It fan.
No, I said, and who was mad at them?
Oh, the NAACP. The Hollywood branch.
I said, who was mad at the NAACP?
Oh, no, I ain't say he wasn't mad. I didn't say nobody was mad. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't meant to say that. I meant to say that the NAACP boycotted his career. They went out their way to try to, steal his career. Like the
but he didn't come out and hit him with the Spingal Awards named after a white boy? Huh?
Yes, sir.
That's what ignorance will do for your ass. Spingal named after a white boy who was president and invented the NAACP.
A lot of folks didn't know that. I know I talked to some people recently. I mean, black people, we don't. It's like when I went to Selma, I interviewed some older black people. They wasn't even aware of Selma until the movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm saying, like, how can I blame the young people when a lot of the elders don't know, or a lot of the elders don't share what they know?
Hey man, that's who we were. See, everybody forget.
Mm-hmm.
We came out of slavery, and wasn't nobody there to wash our feet and wash all that shit off of us.
Yes, sir.
So wait, let me hit the bed, man.
No, Baba Greg, I thank you so much. You take care of yourself.
Okay,
Hey,
be right here.
Yes, sir.